Hello everyone, it's Bletchingley Stakes Day at Caulfield this week, and I can't wait to get stuck into my selections. This is how we went last week. Not great either this week again, but give the new system time. Hopefully you can develop winners over time. But we'll get straight on with what we're doing this week. Race number 3 is the Tobin Brothers Vobiscold Stayers race over the 2400 metres, and the horse I like here is Rolls. This was its run last week at Flemington in an open handicap over 2,000 behind Young Verta and Milford, where it sat just in behind them. Was produced at the top of the straight and just couldn't hold off the two probably classier horses than it. This horse had been racing at 2,500 and above in the 2 runs prior to this run, where it finished second behind Porky Orm in Equality and then second behind Mimi's Award in the Banjo Patterson. That horse then came out and won the Flemington Cup, obviously. Rolls from gate 3 in the small field, back up in distance, should be on speed. Harry Grace isn't renowned for riding Saturday winners, but he's ridden this horse 3 times in a row and has run placings on him, so it's due for a win, and I reckon Rolls can get it done on Saturday. Race number 4 is the Lamaros Hotel Vobiscold Ingot for the 2-year-olds over the 1,400 metres. And I like Molly Knickers here, and we're going to take a look at her last start, maiden win at Moe. This was in 2-year-old company, a $37,500 maiden, which is a pretty good standard for a maiden. Molly Knickers won on this occasion, and the second horse finished 3/4 of a length behind Molly Knickers, but they both gapped third by a very big amount, which you always like to see in races like these. This was on a heavy track, so it does have to do it on drying ground, but I think it will. Draws Gate won on Saturday, so we'll get a good run just in behind the speed, in my opinion. Carleen Heffel retains the ride. She's in outstanding form at the moment, so it should go on with the job. I reckon it's got a bit of quality, this horse, and up to the 1,400 metres looks to suit. So Molly Knickers, I reckon, will win the Vobiscold Ingot, and that's why I've got it in my preview. Race number 6 is the Senate Law Gambling Experts Handicap for the 3-year-old fillies over the 1,100 metres. A bit of a boring 2-play, this one, but the first horse we're going to take a look at, and I like, is Kin. This horse is up the top weight for Celine Gaudreau. This was its last start win at Caulfield 2 weeks ago. Celine Gaudreau claims it too, so it gets down to the 56, which I like. Draws Gate 12, so for a horse that gets back, will be in the right part of the track. And this was an outstanding win, as you can see at the moment. Came from almost last, or maybe it even was last, and just soared over the lot of them. You needed to be out in that part of the track by that stage of the day, but the way she did it was very good, and I think she can go on with it again in similar class. Actually, it's in weaker class. This was in an open 3-year-old handicap, and now comes back to 3-year-old fillies, but it does go up in weight, so it evens out. But I like Kin. And then the second horse we're going to take a look at is Cattell, the second favourite at the moment. This horse also represents a nice price, in my opinion, and this was its last start run, or not last start, it was its run 2 starts ago at Flemington. This was behind Cause for Concern, who came out and won last week at Flemington over 1,400. Sat on speed and was very good over 1,100. Then went to the Creswick Stakes over 1,200 and was poor, plain. But I think back around the bend and back to the 1,100 metres really suits this horse. Linda Meach going on's good. It's a good front-running rider, Linda Meach, so we'll go forward and be hard to beat. Draws Gate 5, so we get a good run, even if it doesn't lead. Cattell and Kin are the 2 for me in the 6th race. Hopefully one of them can win. It's that time of the week, last man standing's back again. If you want to join, just message me through Twitter. I think you'll be very tempted now because none of us 3 are doing good at all. We're all in the red. Geordie's leading by a fair amount, but he's only been going for 1 week. We need to get back in the green, all 3 of us, and this is how we're going to do it this week. So Sky High Horse Racing, who's last at the moment, has gone for a $100 all-up win. Rolls in race 3 at Caulfield. Race number 6 at Caulfield, he's got Kin. Race number 7, he's got Varvia. And race number 9, he's got St. Lawrence. Me, well, I've just come to the conclusion, if I can't win in Victoria, go somewhere else. And that's what I've done. So we're going to Rose Hill, 40 the win on Shalton Lane in race 7. And then in race 4, I've got 35 the win on Man Behind the Money. And then back to Caulfield, race 4, I'm confident on Molly Knickers, and I got 35 the win on her. And then Geordie, he's going nice and early, and he's just going 100 the win on Wolfie. If that horse gets up, Geordie will be in the green, and finally we'll have something to celebrate about, someone in the green, but that does need to happen in the first race. So let's get straight on with the last of my tips. Race number 7 is the Stow Storage Solutions Handicap for the 3-year-olds over the 1200 metres. Another two-pronged attack in this race for me. And the first horse we're going to take a look at is the visitor from Adelaide, Validated. This horse was a good last start winner at Murray Bridge, which is the race we're going to take a look at now. It was a $103,000 race, so there was some pretty good horses in this. And this horse came from third last in a 14-horse field and rounded them all up to win. The race was probably set up for the back markers, but on this occasion, Validated drew the car park and had to go back, and it was a very good win to pick them all up. Draws gate 3 on Saturday, so can settle closer. Is 4 from 4 over the 1200 metres. Tommy Stockdale claims the 1.5. It needs to be proven over here in Victoria, but it's got the right form in Adelaide to do so, so I'm happy with Validated. My second play is a horse by the name of Big Watch, and we're going to take a look at this horse's run 2 back in the same race where Cattell and Kin were represented in the prior race. This was a very good run from Big Watch, coming from a similar position to what Kin did. It was very good over the 1100 metres. Before this was a winner at Sandown over the 1000 metres, and after this went to the Creswick Stakes, the same as Cattell over the 1200 metres and failed. But I just think back around the bend, gets back down to a lighter weight of the 55 kilos, draws gate 8 so can have that nice run behind the speed, and I reckon this horse is ready to win again. I think it's up to this level, it just needs to show its best. So those are my 2 tips in race 7, and that is my preview all done and dusted. Hopefully one of my selections can win this week. 35 straight races on a Saturday without a winner. Make sure you go to Twitter and YouTube community tab on Saturday morning for my full 9 race preview. But until then, bye for now.